Hi everyone, my name is Kate. I live in Russia and I work as a freelancer since 2008. For the past couple of years, I've been working primarily with the customers from the US and Europe via the service called Upwork, and on this channel, I share my experience as a freelancer, how I organize my work, and how I work with my clients. Today, I would like to talk about how to get your profile approved at Upwork. The problem seems to be really acute as there are quite many questions on different forums related to this topic. Quite many people ask, how can I get my profile approved? Why does Upwork reject my application? So, I'm not going to walk you through the form. I'm sure that we are all adult people and we know how to type words, how to fill in the form. So I would like to cover some more interesting aspects of this problem and give some advice on how you can get your profile approved using some specific techniques that I use myself and that I advised using to some of my friends. First of all, I would like to say that in the past it was much easier to get your profile at Upwork because when the service was new, this is totally understandable. They needed new users, they needed new freelancers to make their database bigger. So getting there an account was much simpler. However, nowadays it is much more complicated because the service has become popular. There are already quite many users in their database. The service uses its own filters to get only those freelancers to its database that are really worth it. The good point about Upwork is that they create a database of really great specialists. So I'm going to share 3 real-life stories, 2 with a happy ending and 1 more with a sad one. The first story is my own. I joined Upwork in 2018. By that time, the service had already grown to some significant size, and I joined there as a writer. It's worth noting that this is quite a popular profession among freelancers because it requires nothing specific from you to get started. All you need to start working as a writer is just a personal computer, access to the internet, and the basic ability to put words into sentences. This is it. So the easier it is to start, the more freelancers there are. However, when I applied as a writer, I got through quite easily at the very first attempt. So how did I do this? The point is that I have a very narrow focus. I do not write about every topic that you can imagine. I focus on a specific niche of the blockchain technologies, and I'm quite a good specialist within this area. So I've been working as a blockchain writer for the past 3 years, so I have gained a lot of experience within this niche, and I know all the technologies, all the significant companies that operate in this area, and I know different indices of different projects, etc. So I'm quite knowledgeable in this area, and I have a good advantage above other writers that do not have this specific focus. So here is my profile. What is so special about it? First of all, the heading. As I said, I'm not a simple writer. I do not cover all the topics. I only focus on the blockchain and cryptocurrency niche. Then here goes the description of my experience. It is all related to this specific area. Note that the more time you spend on writing your description, the longer text you put there, the higher are your chances. I assume that Upwork has some specific techniques to spot freelancers that really spend time, that really do something to get their profiles approved, instead of those that simply type a couple of words and leave it as is. Then here comes my work history. These are the projects that I have worked upon. It's not related to my profile, the way I was feeling it in. And then goes portfolio. This is also an important aspect, and you should pay some attention to your portfolio when you fill it in at Upwork. Because once again, the more time you spend on each aspect of your profile when you fill it in, the higher are your chances. So take your time and write detailed descriptions to all the portfolio items that you share with your customers at Upwork. This would also raise your chances. Then the skills. Note that my skills are related not only to writing, copywriting, blog writing, but also to my specific niche, blockchain and cryptocurrency. Upwork allows to add up to 10 different skills. You don't have to fill them in all 10 skills that are available here. It's enough to to type just like me, just 7 of these skills. It's quite enough, as long as you have an area focus. Then prepackaged projects. To be honest, I haven't made much use of this Upwork's element because my work is difficult to pack into something fixed. So I prefer working with hourly payments instead of fixed prices. So anyway, I fill them in, as you can see, they are all also related to my niche, cryptocurrency and social media content for cryptocurrencies, promotional articles, everything within this niche. Then the rest, when you fill in your profile, is related to your education and your other skills, which is not so important, to be honest. So this is it. The secret is simple. Just focus on a specific niche and add some proofs that you are a good expert within this area. That's it. Now the next story is about one of my colleagues. When I started making some good money at Upwork, I shared my experience with one of my colleagues. I was working in a cryptocurrency startup at that time as a copywriter, and my colleague was working there in the same department as well. So he decided to test his luck and registered at Upwork, and I assumed, to be honest, that he would also register as cryptocurrency writer. However, he selected a broad niche. He saw many options that were available for writers there. He selected all of them during his application, and as you may guess, his application was rejected. Finally, here is one more story that proves that my assumptions are correct. One of my friends has a younger brother who has recently graduated from school and gone to an actor's college. He's very ambitious. He wants to be an actor. I remember when I was graduating in 2006, there were about 100 people per place in actors' colleges. So this area is quite competitive. However, he managed to get through. So I told him about Upwork as well, about the way I make money there, and he decided to test his luck as well. Apart from his current studies, he is also a music writer. He started doing it while still studying at school, and he writes beats, the so-called beats. I'm not too familiar with this area, so I wouldn't say anymore. He decided that he would also like to make some money at Upwork, and he decided to create an account of a writer as well. He didn't, not very good, he didn't spend too much time on it, and he didn't select any specific niche, so his first application was rejected. Then he made some research and he found that there are some projects related to his main area of expertise. There are projects where people require writing beats, writing music for their other projects. So he made the second attempt and he filled in his profile as a music writer. And so his application was rejected once again, and then he asked me to help him. So I applied the same method that I used for myself. I did the same thing for him. I wrote a specific narrow-focused heading for his application, music beats writer, 5 years of experience, something else. Then I wrote a detailed description of his experience, and among other skills that I could select, I selected only those that were related to this area, and also a couple of more related to music programs, the ones that he used for music creation. So with my help, his application got approved so easily. So summing up, what would I like to say? The best thing that you can do to get your profile approved is to select a narrow niche and focus on some specific industry. Do not try to cover everything at once. One person cannot be perfect in all areas. If you take a look at this problem from the client's perspective, you may guess that your customers, will more gladly pay money to those freelancers who have more experience in their particular area than those that take all areas at once. So select some specific niche. Do not be afraid to cut off other areas. Just improve your experience, and if you do this, if you become a really great expert within this area, you can get your profile approved as easily as I had. So I hope you have found this video useful. Feel free to like, to share, etc. etc. Thanks for watching, and bye.